So I'm in one of my favourite woodlands, fairly local to me. Got the backpack, just going to go for a walk, see what's about, see if I can see any deer. I've also got my mushroom foraging bag. It's late September, we've had a fair bit of rain, so I think it's an ideal time to come out and look for some mushrooms. Let's see what we can find, let's go! Quite a common mushroom to find in deciduous woodland is I think it's a russula, also known as a brittle gill. So if you just run your hands along the gills, it should sort of flake, a bit like almonds. It's a bit wet, so it's difficult, but you can see, yeah, quite common. These are all different colours as well. You get purple ones, red ones, bright yellow. Quite cool. This one is an earth ball. See, it's mottled, speckled surface. Cut into it, black inside. Oh, so we've got some more earth balls, common earth balls down here, but that's quite possibly the biggest that I've ever seen. It's huge. So again, I'm going to cut into that, that should be black inside. I don't need to do that, I'll leave it where it is. But yeah, not edible, give you a upset tummy. Found something that I've been desperate to find this year. I think it is. Oh no, it's not. It's an old brittle gill. I thought I was in luck then. So as I say, they're quite common. The okra brittle gill. What I'm looking for though is something that is considered a beginner mushroom. Can't really confuse it with anything else. And it's my favourite tasty mushroom. I don't think I'm having much luck. There's more brittle gills. There. We'll keep trying. How camouflaged they are. I'm not sure what these would be. I've checked on some others. They do have gills. Look like they've got a rusty brown spore print. Caution. What is this? Oh, that's a crazy looking mushroom. Just check the inside of that. No, that is actually, it's got white gills. It's the button of a mushroom. I'm willing to bet there's a sac down here where it's growing out of. That looks like a species of Amanita. So due to the slightly pink coloration of where it's been damaged, that could be a mushroom known as the blusher Amanita family, but it's very it's difficult to tell of the amanitas. I am not an expert, so that is getting left exactly where it is. Nice mushroom though. These are a well-known edible. These are oyster mushrooms. Very wet. Don't look very appetizing. As you can see, the gills run down the stem. Quite widely spaced apart. These should have a white spore print. So these are called grey oysters. I think this is another earth ball. Let's see if it's white inside. Oh! It's not black. If that was an earth ball, I think it would be black. Oh, it stinks. Yeah. So we've come to a bit more of a coniferous area. But there are a few birch trees in here, so I thought I'd show you a birch polypore. Quite a common mushroom. These are known as the bushcrafter's mushroom. As you can see, it's got pores on the underside. Kind of a tan cap. Often gets these little cracks in it as well. Now with this mushroom you can actually dry it out. If you cut it and dry it out, that surface can actually be used to sharpen a knife. It can be used as a plaster. There's a layer within this mushroom that can dress small cuts on your finger. It's actually antiseptic. And now the young ones, like these down here, young birch polypore, they can actually be made into a tea and drank. There's a young one there, nice one. This is just to show you how big they can actually get. So quite a sizable mushroom. Here's another mushroom that I've actually covered in previous videos. This is the wood ear, or jelly ear. Growing all up along this tree. Edible, and when you cook it in the pan, it actually pops like popcorn. It's not that tasty, but it does give a good texture to whatever you're cooking. I put it in stir fries. Okay, so we've got some pretty beat up mushrooms here. This one, yeah, so I think what this is similar to the other ochre brittlegill. This could be the purple brittlegill. So same family, as you can see, lovely cap, deep purple colour. And we've got another brittlegill here. I've not seen mushrooms for a while. I've come to a different location and I've been walking quite a long way. This is another ochre one. White gills, yellow to tan sort of cap. So this is why you've really got to keep your eyes open. Oh, look at these hidden. So this is I think it's a Cortinarius. Focus. Web-like ring. See a bit of the webbing just there. So this is a species of Cortinarius. Now these are quite Cortinarius family. Really quite dangerous. The simple name for them is the web cap because they produce, as the cap opens out, produces a web-like structure that forms a very loose ring on the stipe. You can see it just there. Purple, contain, well, they give off brown spores, so you can see the brown hue to the otherwise purple gills. And that stipe's quite interesting. Let's have a look at this. Oh, so again, this is the, I think this is the Cortinarius. Again, as you can see the remnants of the web-like veil. Brown spore prints, purple gills. Okay, so this is a better one to show you why it's called the web cap. Just to have a look in there. You see those web-like strands. So as the mushroom opens up, the cap opens out. Just get it in focus, come on. There we go. Got like this web structure. Quite unusual. Well, that's why it's called a web cap. It's a Cortinarius. Some of them are very, very toxic and will kill you slowly over a period of 21 days. Not to be messed with. Oh, just spotted an interesting mushroom. Oh. Yes. That is a birch tree. And growing out of the birch tree, it's a birch bolete. Edible. Tell it's a bolete because it's got pores rather than gills. The dark cap and the sort of black and white, almost black and white. It's quite pale, this one, like an all over grey, but the stipe resembles that of the birch tree, which is quite a coincidence. But yeah, that's coming home with me. I just found this crazy looking mushroom, big old bugger. It's sort of like a feathering to the stipe, and it's growing out of a sac. Got striations in the cap, if you can see that. So that is a species of Amanita. Oh, so in quite a few videos where I always see sulphur tufts, but these, although they look similar, grown on the side of a log, they won't have the, no, they don't have the olive green hue to the gills. Very similar, extremely similar to the Gallerina marginata. Funeral bell, deadly. But this, I think, is a sheaved wood tuft. But you've got to be careful with these because they look so similar to the Gallerina. Because they're grown in such abundance like this, I'd say these were the sheaved wood tufts. With the pattern on the cap. Interesting. So after a full day of hiking, I usually turn left as I get out of the car. I turned right today and I've been hiking all day, looking and looking and looking. I've hit the jackpot. So this is what I spend all my time looking for in the woods. Literally all my time. Because these are my favourite mushroom ever. They are hedgehog mushrooms. And there's loads. There's loads. These are very tasty. Very easy to identify because as long as it's a knobbly cap and teeth, it is a hedgehog. They're going to be tea tonight. It's a good practice when you find hedgehog mushrooms. The spines come off pretty easy. There are the spines on the end of the knife. That's good practice just to scatter them. You don't really need to take them home because you got plenty of mushroom there, and that helps with next year's growth of the hedgehogs. I've got loads here. I'm going to leave all the little ones to carry on spreading the spores. Just take a couple of the big ones. Some of these really are big. See the spines? As I say, this is a pretty safe mushroom for beginners. I've left quite a lot. Some more here. All the way down there, there's some more. I've got full bag coming on with me. So always leave a few to carry on reproducing. Just see them in the leaf litter right in the centre of the screen. A line of them. So yeah, I've left quite a few. I've got plenty there to take home. If I'd have turned left at that start of the walk instead of turning right, they wouldn't have been there. Basically been walking all day, all morning should I say, about 3 hours, only seen a handful of possible edible mushrooms, a few interesting ones, but just as I was like, okay, that'll do, I've got my birch bolete, I'm satisfied with that. I'll go home and tuck into that mega haul of hedgehogs. They're the ones that I've been looking for, so I always keep my eye out for them this time of year. I really wanted to show you them, and yeah, found them just as I was about to leave. So I've got a bag full of mushrooms, spread the spores, got rid of them little spines. It's always good practice to do that. Give just so they can reproduce for next year. And I've left about 40% and all the small bottom ones that are going to come through. So yeah, good haul, surprising. Right, so we're back to the car. Oh, well worth a walk that. I'd recommend that to anyone, you know. If you can learn, not just mushrooms, if you can learn about your local plant life, your flora of your local area, turns a half-an-hour power walk where you're in your own head, just missioning, into a 2-3 hour pleasant walk where you're actually got your eyes open, you're actively looking. It's good, you're always learning. I'd recommend that to anyone. And now I've got 50 quid's worth of mushrooms in my bag.